morning, everyone. For me, it's a pleasure to be moderating your this session for you. My name is Israel Griol-Barres. I'm one of the ClimateLaunchpad international trainers. Yeah, and I'm super happy to be here with you today. What I can tell you is that I live in Spain, where I'm the ecosystem manager of the startup ecosystem from Polytechnical University of Valencia. Yeah, that is called Start UPB. And I have been a trainer from ClimateLaunchpad for many years. I think that my first year that I was around was in 2014, that I was a coach. And then from 2015, I was already an international trainer, traveling everywhere to know your ideas and to help you. You know, it's really a dream job. What else I can tell you about me? It's that, well, I'm a dad. I have a daughter that she's 6 years old. My wife is pregnant now, so there's another one coming. Yeah, that's fantastic. And another thing that I can tell you is that I recently finished my PhD, so I'm really happy because it's like something that I finished. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Anyway, we are here in Circular Economies. We have 12 super duper teams. I'm gonna share with you the screen with the slides. You know exactly how this is going to be. Yeah. But basically, let me tell you some notes that you will need to know. We're gonna start only in a minute. But anyway, check these house rules. The first one: rename yourself, startup name, your own name, so that we can identify you without no problem. Mix and video needs to be off when you're not presenting, yeah, when you're not speaking. Your pitch will be announced and started by me, by the moderator. That is going to be a video, as you know. And then keep additional slides at hand, because you can use these backup slides only during the questions from the jury. That, remember, that is going to be 3 minutes for after every pitch. Yeah? And when I tell you that you need to leave because our super duper members of the jury needs to talk about you, please leave the room. Yeah. Okay. Game rules: 5-minute pre-recorded pitch. Yeah, we're going to play your videos. No problem about that. Then 3-minute live questions and answers with the jury, in which you can use the backup slides that you need. I will be checking also that you are that you have a correct format compliance. Yeah. But anyway, I'm sure that with all the details that we have tell you about this, that you are going to do perfect slides. Yeah. The announcement of the winners will be on October 28th. Top 16. That means top two from this room will also access to the final stage. And all these top 16 get access to the ClimateLaunchpad Climate Accelerator. Yeah? Okay. Another thing. Today is day 1. Yeah? We will be connected in the semi-final pitching sessions. Then on tomorrow, from 2 to 2:30, you will know the announcement of the top 16 teams, 2 from this room. Yeah. And then 3rd of November will be the global grand final. Yeah? Top 16 pitches, inspiring speakers, and the announcement of the top 3 winners. Yeah. Okay. Before, let me see the chat. Yeah. Oh yes, please. If my room boss, if you could please allow everybody to come in, so they are not waiting are not in the waiting room. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fantastic. So, Solomon, you are our room boss. I would really like you to give you 1 minute to introduce yourself as well.
Okay. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Yeah. My name is Suleiman. I'm based here in Delft in the Netherlands. I just completed my master's studies in sanitary engineering, and I'm really pleased to be here. And also, it's a big pleasure to be the room boss, and I'm here available to address any technical issue. And yeah, I think all the participants have finally been allowed in. Yeah, feel free to drop a message if to draw my attention to any technical problem. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And now let's introduce the jury. So I see that we have Philippe van der Pal. How are you, Philippe?
Yes, I'm here. I work for TU Delft in the Netherlands. I'm a director of the Dream Hall, which is a place where student initiatives are taking place, and I'm more than happy to be part in this jury. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Philip. Hello, good morning, Cassia Moraes.
Hi, my name is Cassia. I'm originally from Brazil, also Italian. I live in Netherlands and currently working at Climate-KIC with the strategic programs. Been working with climate careers, education, entrepreneurship. Very happy to be with you today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cassia, as well. Good morning as well, Jeroen Mes.
Yes, hello. My name is Jeroen Mes. I'm an alumnus of the Technical University in Delft. I also have a business background, and for the past 7 years I have been a coach and an active mentor to many startups in the Netherlands, most of them also with a technical and technology proposition.
Fantastic, thank you very much. And last but not least, Natalie Beinitz.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here. My name is Natalie Bainish. I'm in Lagos, Nigeria, and I'm a co-founder of Circular Economy Innovation Partnership, and we focus on research, advocacy, and program facilitation. That's all focused on promoting circular business and investment opportunities in Lagos specifically, but also Nigeria more broadly.
Thank you very much as well. Thank you very much to the four of you. I'm super happy not to be in your skin, yeah, because I know that it's going to be super difficult to only select 2 for the top 16 for the global final, yeah. So thank you very much for this super difficult job, yeah. Okay, let's continue. Yeah, now it's working. Yeah, this is the 12 startups that we have for today. Let's go green, Preloved Coffee, Davaam Life, Mycrobez AG, S.Lab, BioCash, BioPre Solutions, Crucial Nature, Life Concrete, Mabe, Morivert, and ReBrick. Yeah, we're gonna follow this order. Yeah, remember what I said. First of all, we're going to reproduce the videos, and then you're gonna have 3 minutes from the questions of the jury. Remember that during these 3 minutes, you will have the opportunity to show any backup slides that you think that it could be important. Yeah. Okay. So good luck today. Remember, the competition is super important. The network is even more important, yeah? So making friends here and good contacts, it's even more important than winning the competition, but good luck, yeah? I know that it's very easy for me to say, don't be nervous, yeah? But what I can tell you is that relax. This is your time. This is your moment, yeah? Enjoy it as well, yeah? Because it's super great that you are already here, yeah? And of course, remember how important it is to fix climate change one startup at a time, yeah? Okay, first startup. Let's start with the first pitch. Good luck.
Hello, I am Fazlur Rahman Raju, founder of Go Green Bangladesh. Go Green Bangladesh is a green startup, and we are working to solve waste management crisis. Bangladesh produces 3,000 tons of plastic waste in every day, and almost 90% of this plastic waste, including single-use plastic, multi-layer plastic, polythene, such wrappers and beverage packets, has ended up in the landfill, and as well as it's ended up in the river and seas and polluting the entire planet. Also, Bangladesh produces a huge amount of fabric waste and face masks, which is also polluting our environment. To solve this waste crisis, Go Green Bangladesh innovates a novel technology and turn all these waste into a composite and make a very strong brick, which is used for making brick for roads and pavement construction. And our product is brick. We sell brick for which is made from waste to local government engineering department, and local government engineering department of Bangladesh pays 10 cents to Go Green Bangladesh for each brick. And our total brick market in Bangladesh is $2 billion, and our B-set market is $300 million. Our BSET market includes 330 municipalities in Bangladesh under the LGED, and our direct customer is 15 municipalities. We sell 60 million. We will sell 60 million pieces of brick to 15 municipalities in 2 years, which the price is $6 million, and it's 2% of our total BSET market. Our EcoBrick is price is half than the other traditional brick and clay-made brick, and 1/3 of the other alternative bricks. Our EcoBrick price is 10 cents, while clay brick price is 20 cents, and other alternative price is 30 cents. And our EcoBrick is made from waste, and it's cheaper than any other bricks in Bangladesh. It's 2 times stronger than other traditional bricks, and it is tested by Bangladesh University of Engineering and Technology, and it can absorb 300 degrees of Celsius temperature, and it's totally salt water resistant. And our main customer is LGED, and it's in municipalities. We have already interviewed 22 engineers of LGED, including its chief engineer and 15 mayors. Also, from our interview, we have learned that in LGED and municipalities have been searching a proper solution of plastic waste, and they found our brick is the perfect solution of their problem, and they are ready to use for constructing roads and pavements. And Go Green Bangladesh and LGED will jointly set up 15 factories in 15 municipalities under the My Village, My Town project, and municipalities will fund to set up these factories. Our main customer is 15 municipalities, and we will sell 2 million pieces of brick to each of them, and which price is 2,000 grand US dollar, and we will earn totally $3 million US dollar in 1 year by selling 30 million pieces of brick, and our net profit will be 1.5 million US dollar. In our BSET market, we will save on 67,000 megaton carbon dioxide in 1 year, and we have 15 female workers in our factory, and we will create more 200 jobs for ultra poor people, and 50% of them will be female worker. We will also working to achieve some sustainable development goals point like 1, 6, 9, 11, 13, 14, 15, and 17. And our team includes Sinatara Shurubi. She is our Chief Operating Officer. Mahabul Alam, he is our Partnership and Program Head. And Dr. Mubarak Ahmed Khan, he is our Advisor. Our dream to make a zero waste country and an environment without pollution, and also a waste management company whose value will be 100 million US dollar in 5 years. Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching us.
Thank you very much. Now it's time for the questions from the jury.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Okay. First of all, thank you very much for your presentation. I liked it very much. And I think it's a good idea to turn waste into valuable products. I have 2 questions, basically. One is, from your presentation, I understand that the cost per brick is 5 cents, and you sell the brick for 10 cents, and the difference is a profit. How well have you tested that cost price of the brick? So that's one question. And the other question I have is, how do you secure the supply of waste to these factories in these municipalities? How is that organized?
Okay, thank you. First, actually, our operating cost is totally cost is 5 cents, and we pay it through our from our source. Actually, we collect from waste from households, and also municipalities give us the waste, segregated plastic and also fabric waste, and they pay for their waste that we solve their problem. And they pay 5 cents for each brick, and that's we pay the whole construction, operating cost, including our marketing cost to produce a single brick, and we make 5 cents profit. Actually, we make it 10 cents. So we have to share 5 cents with municipalities, and it's a private public partnership project under the government of Bangladesh. That's why we make 5 cents. Also, we have a huge amount of plastic and other waste, and municipality actually provide the waste. We just turn it waste from brick. Our main work to produce a brick. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Perhaps a question also about like a bit of operations. How is this waste transported? Like, does the municipality support with the costs? Like, are these costs predicted to increase over time? Like, perhaps at some point you might need to also account for the emissions of this transportation to see like if they are very decentralized, or you might decentralize the way you produce so they don't need to transport from far away. So like just feel I was wondering how is the process of getting the waste into like you for producing.
Actually, we set up factories near the landfill, just near the landfill, and municipalities collect it from households, restaurants, and they segregate it in the sources. We have developed a technology to how to segregate all the waste in the sources. We teach them. Actually how to segregate the waste. We have taken several classes to our households and restaurants. Municipality collects all this waste and they come to our factory, and we just use it.
Thank you very much. But there's no time for more questions. And Super Shorties, there's only 3 minutes for questions and answers. But thank you very much, Go Green. And I wish you the best of luck. Yeah. Okay, so let's move to the second of our teams.
Hello everyone, we are Preloved Coffee, Turku Finland-based startup. We are upcycling wasted spent coffee grounds into high value added products, such as coffee oil. Besides its general usage, the people are using it for skincare or dark eye circles or like a body healing massage. Normally, it is produced from coffee grounds, but due to the climate change, the coffee plantation is decreasing and is expected to shrink 70% in coming years. However, as Preloved Coffee, we have found a proven method to extract coffee oil from spent coffee grounds and turn it to the premium product. Same quality at an affordable price. So we will be charging 20 euros per product to end consumer who define themselves responsible consumers and looking for eco-friendly alternative products instead of that they have been using until so far. So in 5 years, we want to be fully operational in Nordics. Why Nordics? There's 3 main reasons of it. One of them is they have the high rate of coffee consumption, and the other one is the awareness of the coffee and coffee related products, and the third one is the high rate of defining themselves responsible consumers who are looking for sustainable and eco-friendly products. In our beachhead market in Finland, we have defined 650,000 people as a potential consumer, and annual spent coffee grounds in Finland is 55 million kg, which has almost possible oil yield is 4,000 tons in a year. When we look at the Nordics, the number is getting higher, and Nordics has a 2.5 billion euros market share in beauty and personal care, and which is a great business opportunity in our circular economy and circular business model. So in market, there are 3 major players. They are selling also coffee oil, but they are extracting coffee oil from coffee beans, not like a waste spent coffee grounds. And we are serving in our business model substantially 300 less price with about 62% profit margin with added benefits. We are enabling coffee beans to end the life cycle, and we are producing eco-friendly and same quality product that they have been using on this so far. So in our business model, we are separating, collecting, and producing the coffee oil. These pictures are taken during our trial period in August in Finland, in Turku. We had 5 committed suppliers, and we were just separating the spent coffee grounds in coffee shops, and our team was gathering them with bicycle supply chain, and then the coffee oil extraction will be presented. So we have 5 different kind of topics, and it make our business model unique, but the one is the most important. It's going to be the first premium product made in Finland. And it is the thing that the other major players is, for example, importing coffee grounds from Kenya, produce it in Europe and export it to different countries. So that means that high risk in supply chain, high risk in expecting the increasing price of coffee grounds due to the climate change. And also it also put some management risks in their business model, and it is not reliable anymore. So we have conducted as a consumer discovery with 144 people with key assumptions. Are they familiar with it? What is the purpose of the coffee oil that they have been using, and the quantity that they are using in a month? So 80% of the participants are familiar with coffee oil, and they have an intention to buy. 80% of intention of our interviewers in Preloved Coffee premium product. 70% using 7 different ways, like a healing massage or like a deodizing their rooms, and the average of the usage of the per month is the 20 milliliters. That's why we have decided to have a 20 milliliters product. So in financials, in 2027, we are aiming to get a profit like a 24 million euros with the market share of 20%. About the climate impact, in our beachhead market in Finland, 55 million kg spent coffee grounds, we will be saving 35,000 tons of carbon emission, which is almost like 4 million gallons of gasoline consumed. Now imagine in Nordics and think global. 9 billion tons of spent coffee grounds, if we save them, if we upcycle it, how would be effective in our climate change? Let's meet the dedicated team. We are 5 founders from different nationalities and different backgrounds in order to develop new innovative products from spent coffee grounds, such as bio-3D printing materials, coffee logs, fertilizers, and so on. We are the first people in Finland actually start making this reality. All we need, somebody can help us to faster our first production round. Thank you for listening, and hope to see you in global grand final. Choose Preloved Coffee, choose green.
Thank you very much. Now it's time for the questions.
I've got a question. How is the quality of your product secured? Because you are aiming on a new way to produce coffee oil. As you mentioned, your competitors are doing it with from beans, and you're using grounds. So, what's the quality?
Yeah, in that case, the Danish Technology Institute has conducted a scientific applied research, and their results show that it's almost like 99.8%. It is a proven results of the research.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question. No, you go first.
Just a quick one is to understand a little bit more the distribution strategy. Is it a retail or is it a direct marketing?
It is going to be our actually Loan has almost like a 15 years background in marketing and brand management, and she will be conducting different areas, and maybe she can give a quick answer to this question.
Hi, thank you for your questions. In the very first phase, we are thinking like we will go with B2B customer, the cosmetic customer, so that we can quickly get the economic of scale, and we can break even and profit soon. But during the time that we try to understand the product potential, we do interview with consumer to see how they understand about the product. And we use this information to talk with our cosmetic client. And we already have some first meeting with them. and very potential, and they're waiting for our first production lot to try the products. Yeah. So in sum, the first phase is B2B. We sell our coffee oil as like raw materials for the cosmetic company. And then later, like in the scale up phase, we may go it like B2C and also extend our product portfolios to many different categories, like Toga already said, like the coffee log, like the 3D printing filament, and some other things that we can maximize from the residue of our coffee oil.
Thank you. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you very much, and I'm super sorry that we don't have time for more questions. Thank you so much, Preloved Coffee. Let's move to the next team.
Hi, my name is Salman and I am representing Davaam Life. We all know single-use plastic is a growing problem globally. In Pakistan, it's as big as twice the height of Mount Everest if the entire waste is piled up all together. And while post-consumption waste management is the more visible problem that everyone wants to solve, the solutions presented there are just better management of an existing issue. The root cause of the problem is the growth of waste, which starts when consumers decide to buy a product in single-use packaging. Unfortunately, people don't have an option other than to grab, use, dispose, and repeat, which keeps piling up this waste. This is where Davaam Life comes in. Our locally built refill stations provide FMCG companies a more cost-effective alternative to traditional retail distribution models. Consumers bring back their existing packaging, refill any customized quantity of the product without the need to buy a new bottle every time. Our liquid products dispensing machines are ready to be placed for shampoos, soaps, liquid detergents, and cooking oils, while we are prototyping stations for milk, juices, grains, and cereals. We offer refill as a service for Euro 400 a month. We provide our refill stations, which is a fully automated sales channel with bulk storage space, integrated payment mechanisms, advertising space, warranties, and our maintenance services. Consumers buy the product at a 10% discount from the FMCGs through our refill stations. We start with our liquid product dispensing station from the city of Karachi, a city of 20 million people and the commercial hub of Pakistan. We believe, as a conservative estimate, the city has a potential for 25,000 machines and 100 million euro revenues. Our second aim is to go pan-Pakistan, which has a potential of over 100,000 machines in retail and non-retail locations, while the Europe and Middle East region is estimated at 5 times that of Pakistan. These are 400 bottles. 400 bottles that need to be manufactured, filled, transported, and then put on multiple retail shelves. The entire product in these bottles can be stored in our 4-nozzle machine you see in this picture, which obviates the entire life cycle of a new bottle that I just described. And therein lies our value proposition. By adopting the Davaam Life refill stations, companies increase profitability by up to 30%, while consumers get a 10% discount compared to traditional pre-packaged off-the-shelf retailing. We offer a 360-degree service, including the setup of the station, software, and the maintenance services. The hardware is enabled through our centralized refill management system that provides real-time information on stock levels, sales, and the customer usage data. Lastly, we guarantee the technology through our in-house servicing and maintenance team that can provide a service turnaround in a few hours. We interviewed over 30 brand managers and personnel in companies and also conducted a 1,000 sample survey in 4 cities across Pakistan. With the companies, we wanted to confirm their pain points regarding the packaging costs, data, and sustainability, while we wanted to understand if there is acceptability of this concept with consumers. Turns out that cost savings, convenience, and environment are 3 most important considerations for both the groups. 83% of consumers were willing to use our refill stations, while 89% said they would be first comfortable with liquid body care and household products. We envision by year 5, our profits will exceed Euro 11 million based on a network of 6,250 machines a year. The key to delivering these financial results is controlling the cost of our machine, constant innovation, providing value through our software, and streamlined operations and servicing. The climate impact associated with this service is significant. Source reduction of waste and preventing new single-use plastic from being used allows for upstream savings as well as post-consumption downstream savings. By removing the need for new plastic bottles, Davaam reduces 78% of the carbon emissions and 95% of water savings, even after accounting for the emissions from the production of our own machines. In year 5, assuming the refill stations are used 35 times a day, we save 5,250 tons of carbon and 320 million liters of water. We are a team of innovators and dreamers, the right mix of environment, business, hardware, and software. We aim to install over 25,000 machines in 5 years, not only in Pakistan, but across regional and international markets. And we want to establish our refill stations as the go-to market choice for FMCGs. Thank you, and we are open for questions.
Time for questions. Thank you very much.
Perhaps I was wondering, what are the main products that you want to start with? Like, I've seen similar initiatives in Portugal where I lived for a while. They normally use, like, they focus on detergent, like cleaning products. Like, do you plan to have like to diversify at some point? Just to understand what are the potential.
Yes, that's a good question. Our initial starting point is with shampoos and soaps, because these companies, again, we already have Unilever on board with us. So that's a good starting point, and that also established credibility. But we want to go further for products that are used every day, like cooking oil. That's something that is a very important thing for a household expenditure item, and giving discounts in that would really impact people's savings as well. So soaps, detergents, cleaners, cooking oils are our starting point. And then going forward, we're going to be tackling products like milk, cereals, and grains.
I have a question. If I understand it correctly, then the investment cost for one machine is around €1,000. Is that correct, or no? And then you rent it out for €400 per month, if I understand that correctly, to retail.
Yes, that's right.
And my question is, how does this work? Are these retailers really prepared to pay €400 per month for?
No.
Sorry. Because then, and why are retailers not willing, or maybe you're not willing, but why not sell the machines instead of renting them out?
Yeah, so our number one target is not actually the retailer. The companies that we deal with and who we're selling the machines to or renting the machines out to are the FMCG companies themselves. They make separate agreements with the retailers. And what Davaam is doing separately to that is establishing its own kiosks in major commercial and residential hubs, so that we can provide these products closer to the consumer and probably at a bigger discount as well. So we have a two-pronged approach to making the sales, but we do not go directly to the retailer ourselves.
Okay, but do then the producers become competitors of their own customers?
So our primary target is companies like Unilever, Procter & Gamble, Reckitt, because they want sales channel. And what we're providing is a sales channel to them, where necessarily they don't need to go to retailers. So our sales channel could be in a hostel, in a university, in a housing society. And also with retailers, they are selling through our refill stations, where they reduce their packaging costs.
I'm so sorry, we don't have time for more questions, but thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's move to the next startup.
Hi everyone, my name is Moses from Mycrobez, and we do mushrooms. To be specific, we do a mushroom foam composite to replace fossil-based applications like styrofoam. Now, I know you must be thinking, oh no, another mycelium startup, how boring. But can they scale? Can they replace styrofoam at the mass market level? You guessed it right, they can't. And this is also where we come in, because we can scale. With it, we'll make the foam producing industry circular and zero waste at the mass market level. Mycrobes does this by selling a manufacturing license to the foam producing industry, and in return, we will receive a 7 million lump sum and still to be defined royalties. With it, foam producers can produce a biofoam completely made from organic waste and mushrooms. When you compare our foam to styrofoam, it has better insulation, better shock resistance, and is even completely flame retardant, with the main difference that it's completely biodegradable within 30 to 90 days. With this, Mycrobes will be the first to bring a completely bio-based and circular alternative to the mass market. Now, before talking about markets, ours is made up of large OEMs and the foam producing industry for packaging and insulation. The market is fast growing and huge. Therefore, our beachhead is made up of foam packaging producers in the DACH region that supply the pharma industry. We chose this segment due to 3 learnings we gained from a still ongoing pilot we have with the biggest player in the world. 1, pharma packaging has the highest standards and therefore will be undeniable proof for the reliability of our process and superiority of our mushroom foam. Secondly, this segment produces huge amounts of waste. One site alone uses up to 240 tons of styrofoam per year. And we discovered that the industry is willing to expand a lot of resources on making their operations more sustainable. Now, before I jump into our value proposition, please remember, we are not just another sustainable foam, but we're the ones to rule the mass market. We know this because our process can yield up to 4 times higher profit margin because sustainable products can be sold more expensively. Furthermore, our production cost is 6% lower, making it future-proof. And lastly, we need 7 times less energy and emit 15 times less CO2, saving the energy cost and emission taxes. The product that enables this is a manufacturing license for our automated and scalable manufacturing process for mushroom foam. With it, foam producers can complement and even replace their existing product lines without compromising on price, scale, and material properties, allowing a seamless transition to profitable circularity. And to bring this circularity to our customers, we have just submitted our priority date for our European patent applications. This is important because over the course of 46 interviews and more than 11 development projects with the industry, we have learned that they want our IP very badly and managed to validate our assumptions. We observed that even though there are other solutions out there that have a product market fit from the material properties side, currently we're the only ones that are scalable. Secondly, we saw that we need to be completely price competitive from the get-go. But turns out that foam buyers are not only willing to pay more, but up to 4 times more for a sustainable alternative. And lastly, we thought that going with OEMs would be a great idea. But turns out that going with the pharma industry would be the ideal way. So to summarize, we managed to validate demand, our beachhead market, and that the IP protection is a crucial step for the following monetization. Our financials predict that we'll be making 13.5 million francs of profits per year with half of our beachhead market, with the key driver being the cost to deliver our license because it includes a setup consulting with one of our engineers. This in turn also correlates with the amount of licenses we can sell because that also depends on the amount of engineers we have available. Lastly, this overview excludes our royalty revenue, which will be the real moneymaker. So, while already making good money, we will be saving 9,500 tons of CO2, mitigating around 1,600 tons of plastic foam waste, and thereby saving more than 11.5 million francs of environmental hidden costs per year. So help us make single-use foam a thing of the past, and to make our founders' dream come true to revolutionize the foam industry by conquering more than 50% of Europe's fossil foam market by 2027. And now, to round off this presentation, please remember, Mycrobes does not only have a sustainable foam alternative, but we have the manufacturing technology to implement it price competitively and at scale. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Now it's time for the questions from the jury.
Perhaps a question related to what is your main need for funding? Like, it looks like you have an interesting model. You said that you are able already to make this at scale. Like the first funding rounds you're looking for, like to invest on what to enable this?
I'm sorry, so you're asking for the investment cost that we require to set up a site, or?
Yeah, like what are your main investment needs right now?
Right now, we need to invest around 4 million francs into further developing the technology. We are almost done. Currently, we're building a pilot scale. So for that, we right now need 4 million francs, of which we already have secured 2.
You made a choice, apparently, to sell the technology in the form of a license and possibly royalties. And why did you make that choice instead of using the technology to produce the alternative for traditional foam, the packaging material yourself?
It has 2 reasons. So one is to obviously scale the impact, because if we can leverage the technology on already existing producers, it's possible to have more sites going up quicker. And the other side is we want to further continue developing our, we are just starting with packaging, but with our process, we can make insulation, we can make fertilizer, we can also make design objects for furniture. So that's where we want to go after. That's why while we're selling the packaging technology, we'll be continuing to develop further applications to also further increase profit and impact at the same time. Thank you for your question.
Yep, thank you. I'm assuming you're close to IP protection.
Yes, so we have submitted our priority date and we'll be filing for 2 patents next year, and then still continuing with another priority date for 2 further patents.
Okay.
Congratulations. Thank you very much for your question. Let's move to the next startup.
Thank you so much.
Oh, sorry.
Have you ever thought the durability of packaging is hundreds of years when the products in it might be in use just a few minutes? Let's take polystyrene. Every single unit that was ever produced out of it still remains somewhere in the landfills. And even worse, it pollutes soil, oceans, and even our bodies. My name is Julia. I'm CEO and co-founder of S.Lab. In S.Lab, we produce sustainable packaging using only 2 plant-based components, which are hemp and mushroom roots. We sell natural replacement of polystyrene to the producers of beauty and self-care products for €1 per piece on average. We already have paying recurring customers that order packaging every month and bring us up to €3,000 of MRR. And also, we are working towards pilot projects with such big cosmetics brands as L'Oreal and Medic 8. Our beachhead market is producers of natural cosmetics and self-care in 6 countries. We started with Ukraine and Poland, where we gained our first early adopters and first customers. And now we are expanding to 4 more countries in Europe that are the biggest producers of natural cosmetics and self-care products. S.Lab packaging is 100% biodegradable. After the usage, it can be thrown with the rest of the garbage or with food compost, and it will fully disappear in just 30 days. Also, our packaging has the same thermally insulating and waterproof features as polystyrene. And S.Lab packaging is at the same price point as polystyrene. But of course, our packaging is much better because it will never end up on the landfills. Once mushroom root is mixed with hemp, it starts to bind or to glue everything together, and we get a very strong and reliable material. Currently, we are building an automated production line that will serve 2 goals. 1, to produce packaging, and 2, to further scale to the mini factories that will be placed in the 40-foot containers. Our material has application in other industries, like lodgements for electronics and devices, packaging for food, shoes, decor, toys, and even thermally insulating boxes for food and pharmaceutics. And our technology allows us to have other types of the material in the pipeline, like mushroom board, cardboard, leather, foam. So this means that we can replace not only polystyrene, but other harmful materials. So soon, every product that you buy will be packed into the packaging out of hemp and mushroom roots. Additionally to our existing customers, we spoke with 20 more producers in Ukraine and 10 more producers in European Union of self-care and beauty products. And our key assumption was that price is the most critical factor, but it actually appeared that customers are looking for a combination of properties, sustainability, and price in the materials. And our key takeaway is that we should focus not on the whole beauty market, but on a segment where natural components are used. We sell our packaging for €1 per piece on average, with 52% of margin. And in year 5, with 50% of beachhead market, we will get to €6 million of profit. And we know how to do that. Production and disposition of polystyrene leads to the significant CO2 emissions and water usage. It is 12 million tons of CO2 and 16 million tons of water every year. And also 30% of worldwide landfills are covered with polystyrene. Production of S.Lab packaging will lead to 80% less CO2 emissions and will lead to 80% less water usage. And as for the landfills, it will just never get there. And even better, if our packaging is thrown into the soil, it will fertilize it. Our core team consists of 4 people. Eugene and me are 2 co-founders, and I have experience in both biotechnology and team management. And Eugene is an expert in manufacturing and knows everything about hardware technologies. Then we hired Vasil, who has worked in Leica and Autodesk in the past, and he has done industrialization of the manufacturing processes. And Dasha, who has converted a famous fashion brand to the sustainable packaging in just 6 months. We aim to replace polystyrene and earn €6 million in year 5. And the main thing is that we are united with a mission to produce and distribute a truly good packaging to every location of the world. Thank you very much. I'm Julia from S.Lab.
Thank you very much. Now it's time for the questions. I don't know, I have another video here, let me see. I don't know what is happening here. Oh yeah, thanks, Starta. Questions and answers, thank you.
I've got a question. Is the size of the packaging limited? So are there any solutions for bigger packages, for instance, in the audiovisual, for instance, the audiovisual industry?
Good question. Basically, we can produce any size, any shape, any form. Of course, bigger size requires bigger space to produce it, but we can always make, few, like when it is a lodgement or big packaging, you usually cut it into few pieces and then the customers collect it together. So we don't have any limitations in terms of technology. We can produce any size, any shape.
Can I just ask also why the micro factory approach?
Yeah, this is the way, like from day one, we wanted to produce sustainable packaging at the industrial scale. And if we focus only on one factory and we build one factory that is big and we produce in big amounts on one factory, then there is a big cost on the delivery. And of course, the CO2 emission will be then bigger than what we, will neutralize the positive effect of the packaging itself. So that's the way how we can make sure that packaging is decentralized at every location of the world. So we just deliver the container instead of the packaging, and then in the container, packaging is produced all the time, and then customer has access to the packaging and they don't need to deliver it. There is no cost, there is no additional cost on delivery and no CO2 emissions as well.
So can I ask a quick follow-up question in that regard? Is the model would be that you have control over the production, or could the client also manage the production?
So as the way that we build the container, it is automated. So meaning that we set up it once at the customer's premises. Our engineer makes the first launch, and we need two types of the material, hemp and mycelium. So mycelium or mushroom root will be cultivated all the time in the container, so we do not need to bring this from somewhere. But then for the hemp, We are working with the suppliers around Europe and in other countries to have a network of suppliers that could supply hemp to our customers, so that we know that we can make sure what's the if the raw material is proper. And then inside of the container there will be meshing, vision, computer vision, indicators, sensors, and robotic arms that will be doing all the work. So then the work that our customer will have to do is just to kind of offload the packaging that is ready and put into their warehouse, or put the product in the packaging and deliver it, for example.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Julia. Let's move to the next team.
Hi everyone. Mauritius, a small remote island of the east coast of Africa, together with its neighbors, face an enormous challenge with no proper waste valuation policy for their landfills. In our case, overloaded with nearly 600,000 tons of waste, of which 70% are bio-waste. And we all know the equation to climate change depends on the implication of each and every individual from every country. But people are still resilient to separate their compostable garbage at source. So what we need is a social platform for zero carbon emission goals to solve our food and landfill crisis, severely impacted by rising cost of fertilizers like we've never seen before. And that is why BioCash is born, to incentivize people to divert their bio-waste from normal waste and earn a revenue on the side, at the same time reduce landfill and reinforce the organic food supply chain by directly connecting emerging local farmers with consumers. Our deal for you as a customer is simple to start with. We rent a low-cost digital platform at €1 per month for selling your bio-waste. We then have a second revenue stream, which makes the revenue model even more interesting. We process your bio-waste and we sell it to the agri-sector, who valorize soil currency or simply soil fertility. And as a collector, you can get a profit share of up to 30% after every sale. Our intention over the next 3 years is to spread over 12% of our local beachhead market to create as much bio-waste collectors as we can, so as to supply chain our small farms struggling with expenses to produce locally organic food. This goes in line with what the Norwegian Minister of International Development mentioned at the last World Bank IMF annual meeting. Quote, 80% of food consumed in developing countries comes from farms below 2 hectares. So our beachhead will gather enough market intelligence to make informed decisions when we extend to our regional market over Eastern Africa. From our beachhead, a user in a household can gather up to 30 kilos of bio-waste in a month. With that in mind, is that not a low-cost solution for the locals? You get driven to purchase service when you get more than what you paid for by selling what you were throwing away. It's a noble cause with less carbon footprint. And the fertilizer crisis is the right time to create fast-track smart solutions in the organic food supply chain for small-scale farmers. BioCash catalyzes all workflow in operations from pickup to sale to customer profit share. The new platform will also blend in tools for market intelligence so as to offer flexible solutions specifically designed for government-induced schemes. A word to our investors, BioCash is pending patent, still at business promotion stage. Our intention is to combine 2 existing technologies and 3 companies already operational on the market in order to create an easy-to-use accessible tool tailor-made for the bottom of the economy pyramid. For direct and indirect customer validation of our beachhead market, the main features of interest for purchase of service is the instant gain in profit sharing after sales. And also the high cost of living makes it very hard for people to gain access to organic food supply. We are then driven to conclude that a BioCash framework might alleviate a population into increasing their personal revenues and diverting them to safe nutrition goals. Over the next 3 years on our 12% beachhead market, we expect to earn a yearly profit of around €20 million, which is highly possible because our customer discovery data indicates high social impact, especially on low-income households. From that, we can see an enormous breakthrough to turn Africa into a world breadbasket with its 65% of world's arable lands at its disposal. So a profit share business model has high potential for rapid scalability in developing countries, not just our small country. And that is why our market share and cost of service are key drivers to our achievements. And all this would not make sense if BioCash does not have a social and climate impact. With our current beachhead, we can achieve a reduction of more than 50,000 tons of greenhouse gas emissions from our landfill every year at minimum. And to further increase that CO2 reduction, we are working with NGOs and governments to steadily but surely achieve culture shift to climate-conscious actions. But the people are sadly lost in the rat race for survival. So then we create interest with our profit-making incentives to engage anyone looking for a revenue on the side, work on their own carbon footprint at their own pace. A carbon footprint social network. No more organic waste at landfill for Eastern Africa. This is our founder's dream for 2030. Special thanks to our hardworking team, Roshan, Naya, Zoe, and John for having worked on a platform with minimal dependency and maximum outcome that can be applied onto any country. Hence, BioCash is a global flexible solution for Eastern Africa, which we all know is in deep need of a cheap and fast solution to resolve its pressing social and climate matters. Thank you for your precious time.
Thank you very much. Let's move to the next thing. Sorry, not to the next thing, no, to the questions.
I was a bit curious about how is the process for people collecting the waste? Like, is this more focused on the rural areas? Like, what kind of, like, have you talked to potential like suppliers?
Yes, so in fact, it's not just the rural areas, it's more of the municipal, we're concentrating more on the municipal areas. So we focus on one city at a time. We start small, and then once we do one city, we focus on the business model, and we hop to the next one, and so on, and we move to the next city. And as for the suppliers, well, it's more we collaborate with them, and we try to work on a solution for trying to propose like a best framework if we can integrate the framework as well instead of competing. So that's how we intend to work on the beachhead market. Hope that answered your question.
If I understand it correctly, then in part your business model is based on compensating individual households for separating their waste.
Yes.
Financially compensating households for separating their waste and taking that organic waste and adding value with it and sell it to farmers. Is that actually working? Have you tested that in over a longer period of time in a sort of pilot?
Well, as I mentioned in my product in my product slide, the business is still pending. It's a pending patent and at business promotion stage. So we have only tested it, but not on a large city scale. We tested it only on small neighborhood areas, and it seems to be working well. So we use that we re-inject these the new findings in our model and try to make it even better. But we haven't still reached the business stage. But the technologies that are being used, like the BioBin technology from Australia, one of our partners, is currently operational, and the fintech technology for building the platform on IoT-based and artificial intelligence, that's already operational. So actually, we are combining those two to make them to look for a market on demand, which is actually the case.
Okay, but a big part of your solution is to change existing behavior of individual households.
Yes, exactly. That's one.
That is really a question. I think something that needs to be tested very thoroughly before rolling it out.
Definitely. So we discovered that in our customer discovery. Well, for the people to divert their waste at source is actually because here in Mauritius they are not being paid for it. So since we're looking at the overloaded landfill in our country, then we try to work on a way to incentivize them to divert their waste from source. So that is how we are trying to work on it.
Thank you very much. We need to move on to the next thing. Thank you so much. So let's move to the next of our team. It has been already 6. Let's go for number 7.
Hi, my name is Leila and I'm the founder of BiopPre Solutions. Today, we produce about 300 million tons of plastic waste every year, the majority of it being single-use plastic, in particular that's used for food and beverage packaging. This is nearly equivalent to the weight of the entire human population, and 80% of it is either being incinerated or accumulating in landfills, dumps, or the natural environment. As a result, all of us here today unknowingly consume 5 grams or more of plastic in its microform every week. From the remote depths of the ocean to the deepest section of our lungs, plastics appear to have invaded every bit of our lives. BiopPre Solutions was born to address these challenges. We are developing naturally based materials to produce flexible plastic packaging solutions that emulate the properties and functionality of conventional plastic, but decomposes naturally and fully without harming the environment. Which takes us to our deal. We offer single-use plastic packaging for fresh food producers and retailers at 0.03 euros per bag. Our chosen beachhead market is a niche market. Initially, we are targeting the single-use flexible plastic packaging market for organic food producers and retailers in Egypt. We are planning to acquire a 50% market share of that within 3 years. By 2025, we plan to offer packaging for large-scale fresh food producers and retailers, while also targeting other segments in the single-use flexible packaging market, mainly packaging for dry food and fashion. Moving forward, we will begin market diversification as we launch new product lines. As per FAO reports, somewhere between 15 and 50% of fruits and vegetables produced are lost after harvest, mainly due to microbial spoilage. And for one to produce organic food, regulations forbid the use of chemicals and preservatives during production. As a result, organic produce has a shorter shelf life compared to non-organic, which takes us to our customer value proposition. By using BiopPre's packaging, we help minimize the financial losses by extending the shelf life of the fresh produce by an average of 40%. Thus impacting the bottom line of any retailer's balance sheet. And as half of the organic produce in Egypt is exported primarily to European Union countries, we've ensured that our materials are compliant with the European Union regulations. We also give our customers the guarantee that no chemical toxic residues are being transferred from the packaging to their product, the satisfaction that they're using environmentally friendly solutions, and the ability to showcase sustainability credentials to their customers that demand green products and packaging now more than ever. This is just a sample of our bioplastic. We have developed our own formula in-house using natural polymers and additives extracted from aqua and agro waste. And as you can see, it looks and feels very similar to conventional plastic. It also has comparable physical and chemical characteristics with the added benefit of being antimicrobial. It biodegrades fully in less than 6 months into nutrients that enrich the soil. For our customer discovery, we went in having some questions and assumptions. Our key learnings were this. There is increasing environmental awareness both on the individual, organizational, and regulatory authority level in Egypt. This is evidenced by the recent governor decree that banned the use of single-use plastic in the Red Sea Governorate, which was supported by many. Along with the increasing import tariffs on plastic, the Egyptian market is desperately searching for an alternative, making Egypt a very feasible market for us. We've discovered that in addition to food producers and retailers having an interest in our product because of its value, they're also interested because using it can be good publicity for their brand, as consumers are showing an increasing interest in environmentally friendly green alternatives. We've also confirmed that organic farming is common in Egypt, and it's actually on the rise due to the increasing demand both nationally and internationally. And so with our beachhead market growing exponentially, so will our profit. In our niche beachhead market, we've identified there to be 1,060 customers at the moment. As we are targeting a 50% market share within 3 years, with each customer purchasing a minimum of 100 kilograms of packaging, we've projected our profit to be 100,700 euros per year. Our key drivers being material cost, number of customers, and quantity per sale. As for the climate impact, one single BiopPre packaging bag produces 80% less CO2 emissions than the petrochemical-based bag. And so with only 50% of our beachhead markets using our product, we would save 119 million tons of CO2 emissions in a year, in addition to decreasing aqua and agro waste accumulation, and we'll also be creating 60 or more new employment opportunities. Meet the team behind BiopPre. Although we come from different backgrounds, we share common dreams. By 2030, we dream that all of us will look back and wonder how we were ever using plastic that wasn't biodegradable and compostable. We dream of earning at least 1 million by 2025, and we dream to build the first biotech research and development facility in Egypt, where we can come up with innovative solutions to tackle climate change and human health-related challenges. I'd like to end with this. The age of plastic as we know it is coming to an end. Change is here and is happening, and we at BiopPre hope to be one of its driving forces. Join us, help us, support us, build a better future.
Thank you very much. Let's move to the questions from the jury.
With the,
Hi, I'm sorry, my internet is very unstable, so it might cut off in the middle of something. Just letting you guys know.
I had two questions, if it's okay.
Yes.
First, I wanted to clarify if pre-packaging or like packaging like bags. I wasn't clear. It was the first one, and then second, I just wanted to understand a little bit about your the materials, how you get your materials, and how accessible those materials are to produce the packaging.
Okay, so right now, at the moment, we are planning to start with pre-made packaging. So bags that look like the ones that toast comes in or apples in the supermarket. So that's the first question. For the materials, so the base polymer we use is actually extracted from crustacean shells. And Egypt is one of the biggest producers of shrimps in the area, and we have a lot of waste. So the materials is actually very accessible. And we've also been speaking with some of the people in Egypt, the big entities who are actually working in recycling. One of them is the UNIDO. They have the Green Initiative here in Egypt, and they're actually willing to help us make partnerships with people in the remote areas in Egypt where they produce the shells and the shrimps and everything, and then we can use it and we then extract the polymer in-house. So the material is very accessible and very sustainable.
In your presentation, you claim that the usage of your product is extending the shelf life of these fresh produce by 40% and thereby reduces losses. How does that work, and how is that substantiated, that claim?
Okay, so the base polymer that we use actually has the antimicrobial properties, and it's mostly a lot of it is actually used in agricultural pesticides and fertilizers for that reason. So we've done our own testing in the labs, and we tried to package different fruits. You can see it in the graph in my slide. We tried tomatoes, we tried apples, and all of that, and we've actually found out that the ones that are not packaged at all and the ones that are packaged in the regular plastic actually starts to decay faster, and our bag just delays that decay a bit more. So that's why we're saying that it extends shelf life, and it's also reducing losses, because when you delay decay, you delay the food being thrown away in the supermarket. So it's a rough number. It's not exact because we were not able until this point to actually send samples to the lab to be tested. But this is what we're planning to do next after we secure some financial cash.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. So let's move to the next team. Thank you so much. So let's continue with our next team. That is, yeah, exactly. Let's go.
Ever heard of SCOBY? My exact reaction when a friend popped the same question to me 3 years ago. Now, to many, SCOBY is an acronym for symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. But to my team and I, SCOBY is food for soil and a replacement for petroplastic bags. Hi, I'm Abe. Join me as I show you how. The deal. We are selling a biodegradable seedling bag to seedling plant growers at €5 per 200 ESCO bags. Our beachhead market is Kiambu, which is also our residence. Hence, it will be easier for us to reach out to our potential customers. We are targeting 100,000 seedling plant growers from 2022 to 2025 and will be able to generate €1.5 million per year. We'll then move to Kenya after 3 years and East Africa after 3 years. We are offering a 17% cost savings for the purchase of 1,000 ESCO seedling grow bags over our petroplastic competitors. Our other advantages are it improves soil fertility, there will be no littering of used bags because it goes into the soil with the plant, and it makes the transplanting process time and energy efficient. We biofabricate our ESCO seedling grow bag from cellulose pellicles that appear as waste in the production of kombucha tea. Our ESCO seedling bag is environmental friendly, it's 100% biodegradable, and we are currently working towards patenting our unique biofabrication process. We interviewed 30 seedling plant growers, and the key questions we asked were, how much are you paying for your grow bag? How many times do you apply manure? And is it easy to transplant the seedling? The key insights we developed were the higher purchasing cost, the need to apply manure lots of times, and the need to collect litter from petroplastics. The net price is €5 and the cost of production is €2. This leaves us with a profit of €3. With 500,000 products per year, we'll be able to generate €1.5 million. We found out from our research that the production and usage of petroplastic bags emits 2.5 kilos of CO2. With 50% of our beachhead market, we may save 1250 tons of CO2 emissions per year. Our able team to do this are Ake Siata, who has 3 years experience in product design and digital marketing. Abel Ebwamalo, who has 4 years experience in engineering and fabrication. Njeri Njoroge, who has 9 years experience in agribusiness. And Andrew Kello, who has 15 years experience in manufacturing. Our dream is to offer a competitive replacement for petroplastic bags, to generate €1.5 million per year, and to collaborate in the agroforestry business through sustainable mentorship programs. Join us as we turn waste into gold, one ESCO bag at a time. Thank you. Ever heard of?
Thank you very much. Now let's go to the questions from the jury.
I was wondering about, thank you at the beginning of a really interesting presentation. I was wondering about the potential for growth. Like if I read correctly, you're using kombucha as the main source. So like if there is a growing interest, like how much of like raw materials can you have like to grow? Like is this a lot of them like right now in Kenya, like, or are you able to outsource other materials? Because I would suppose there's not a huge kombucha industry in Kenya right now, but I might be wrong.
In Kenya, we have a lot of companies. We actually have 7.
It looks like we are having technical problem.
Yeah, I think it froze.
Yeah. So let's give them a minute to see if we can recover. As you know, internet connections sometimes. Maybe if the jury agrees, we could move to the next team. And if Abel comes back, or when Abel comes back, we can do also the question for him. Okay, thank you so much. So let's move to the next team.
It's a pleasure to meet you all. My name is Marian Poblete, and I am the CEO of the Life Concrete Project. Did you know that more than 40% of constructions around the world are made with concrete that usually wears out in a very short period of time? This can generate great economic losses for any construction company, and most importantly, generate the loss of human lives. Now, imagine that what you build, you can do it with mass-based concrete, creating a much more resistant and eco-friendly one. Well, you don't have to imagine it anymore. We are Life Concrete, and we use face masks to create concrete. We sell fiber-based concrete made from face masks to construction companies that have sustainability programs and are interested in betting on solutions that reduce their impact on the environment. For this product, the price established per bag is $5.68. Our beachhead market is construction companies from Lima, Peru, with $6 million, which will be achieved with the support of 1,500 construction companies in our country between 2023 and 2026. By 2027, we hope to work side to side with municipalities throughout Peru, and by 2028, add concessionary companies to work. But that is not all. We have to expand our project outside the country, and to do this, we have considered the countries that have a greater generation of contaminated solid waste, especially face masks, finding that these countries will be Argentina and Chile, generating an income of $89 million by 2032. But why would they choose us? This is where we present our value proposition. If we compare common concrete with live concrete, the price of normal concrete is $7.26 per bag, while ours is $5.68 per bag, decreasing the price of the bag of concrete and generating saving of $1.58. This lower price is due to the fact that we work with mask and reinforced concrete aggregate, RCA. Other advantages of live concrete is that has a longer lifetime, lower production costs, and higher quality. Now, let's talk about the product. Our concrete based on face mask is the more revolutionary way to build a sustainable future. We use the synthetic fiber of the mask, which goes through a treatment process, crushed and mixed with recycled concrete aggregates, resulting in a much more resistant concrete. Likewise, we have forged important alliances. We did them together with our university, UTEC, and its concrete center, UNACEM, that's mean Indian Cement Union, ASOCEM, Association of Cement Producers, and GBC, Peru Green Building Council. And if we focus on competitive advantage, live concrete is the first in the market, has an innovative approach, and delivers a product with greater resistance. To validate all our proposals, we did 100 interviews through Google Forms and phone calls with the following questions. Do you think sustainability is an important factor when buying a product? Do you know the impact of face masks on the environment? And one of the most important findings we found was that they say, we want to develop new eco-friendly technologies. Based on this, one of the most important actions is to expand the range of products. Regarding finances, we have estimated that with 20% of our beachhead market, we will obtain a profit of $6 million. This with the help of a total of 1,500 clients. If we talk about climate impact, according to the Carbon Footprint Program in Peru, with 20% of our beachhead market, live concrete will reduce 17.85 tons of CO2 per year. That is, the carbon footprint will be reduced by 40%, generated by the contamination of face masks, and a decrease of only 30% of the generation of concrete will be achieved since RCA is used. Finally, the people in charge of this project are Camila Solano, Marina Makarachvili, Diego Subauste, and who's speaking, Marian Poblete, each one assuming a role in which we know they have the skill to carry out, and if not, we consider working with third parties who be experts on the subject. Our dream is to distribute a 100% sustainability concrete line in Peru, Argentina, and Chile, earn $6 million by 2026, and to make live concrete a role model in sustainability for other companies in the same industry worldwide. Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
Thank you very much. Muchísimas gracias. Let's move to the questions from the jury to this team.
Thank you for your presentation. I think it's very interesting to use face masks to produce concrete. I have two questions. First of all, if the business is growing, how do you secure access at a relatively low cost to these face masks? So how is that supply organized, especially if the business grows? And secondly, if the quality of the concrete is the same or comparable to existing production, why do you price it lower than existing concrete?
Well, to answer first the last question, the idea is to emphasize that it has a lower cost initially, and to enter the market, it would be easier to have a lower cost so that we would seem more appealing to the market. But in the long term, we can increase the price. That's definitely a possibility. And in regarding the second question, could you explain a little more what you mean by excess?
Well, you need a lot of face masks to produce concrete at a large scale. How do you, where do you get that from, these face masks?
Yeah, the plan is to work with health centers, as they always continuously use face masks rather than just voluntary donations. And we would work according to the health ministry regulations, and it's we're not planning on using all of the face masks that they use at a health center, but rather starting small and then increasing the amount of face masks. So we would try to not have excess. I don't know if I understood the question.
Well, I'm just wondering, if you start producing concrete at a large scale, you need a lot of face masks, used face masks. I understand that you're setting up supply chains from health centers. And my question is that going to be enough? Are you not running the risk of being short on face masks, on used face masks, so to say?
Yeah, we would not think so, at least not initially, because it's a continuous use in not only health centers, but also laboratories, for example. So it's only a matter of how wide the spatial range is in regard to where we get the face masks from.
How many masks do you need for a brick, just to have a sense? Because I have a similar question I had related to a potential shortage.
If I'm not wrong, I think it was also on the presentation. We require for 100 kilos of concrete, approximately 35 face masks. 35.
Thank you very much. So that's the end of the questions. Thank you very much, Mariana. Thank you very much, Yuri. I don't know if we have the previous team connected, Abel. I don't think so, because I can see him to do the questions for him, to finish that question. No, in that case, if you agree, we will move on to the next team.
Hi, the fashion industry has an urgent need to reduce its carbon emissions. 80% of a fashion brand's carbon footprint comes from materials. This is a complex issue because the development of a sustainable material takes time, money, and a lot of effort. Nowadays, there is a high demand for new materials, but little options available in the market. So, our deal is tackling the problem by selling vegan leather for the fashion accessory brands. In a B2B business model, we sell 100 square meters of leather per $5,000. The Brazilian leather goods market is massive, so our beachhead market is the accessory brands that sell bags and small goods such as wallets and belts. We want to focus on brands looking for an alternative material to cowhide leather. Revenue from this market amounts $70 million this year, and the leather goods market is expected to grow 3% a year until 2027. With that in mind, we offer a biodegradable and vegan leather with a competitive price. Compared to the price of other plant-based leathers, the brands can save up 35% by purchasing Angico leather. The main raw material is Angico pod, the fruit of a tree native to South America, found in abundance across the country. This tree is also used in reforestation projects. Within our production model, we want to partner with farmers and reforestation projects to buy Angico pods. In this way, we can generate income for local communities. We use high technology to process the raw material and develop Angico leather. After the finishing stage, our product is ready to be sold. Angico has a natural shine without using petrochemical inputs and can be reused into the production chain. Our technology is in the patent filling process. The production of Angico uses little energy and water compared to the production of animal leather and does not require land. In the future, we want to develop micro production hubs across the country. By talking to 38 accessory brands, we found out that the vast majority are looking for alternative materials that have good quality and good price. 70% said that the demand for vegan products has increased significantly in the last 3 years. The key drivers of our business are the product cost, today at $20 per square meter, the sales price, $50, and the scalability of our technology. Once production ramps up and we have scale, we will be able to attend more and more clients. 1,000 bags made with animal leather release 100 tons of CO2. We estimate that the carbon footprint to produce the same amount of bags with Angico will be 6 tons of CO2. So, within 3 years and with 20% of the beachhead market, we could save 24,000 tons of CO2 per year. Our team is multidisciplinary. I'm the founder and inventor of Angico leather, with a background in textile and fashion design. Clayton is the COO and has experience in green business, and Vander is the CDO with a background in chemistry. Our dream is to transform the Brazilian textile chain through a circular production model that can be replicated in different parts of the country. With 5 microfactories, we can create 2,000 jobs and save more than 70,000 tons of CO2. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Let's move to the questions from the jury.
I think you have also an interesting combination of having like being in a country that most of the greenhouse gas come from, like agriculture and deforestation. At the same time, is one of the largest producer in shoes and bags and so forth. So I was wondering, you mentioned briefly the capacity of growth, like you probably need to plant more. Have you thought about partnering with reforestation programs or even getting additional funds by other climate benefits of this model?
Yes, actually, Brazil is the 3rd biggest exporter of animal leather. And according to some papers, it's totally related with the deforestation of tropical rainforests. So basically, our business model is to use abundant and raw materials, such as Angico pods, for the development of plant-based leather. So basically, we want to plant trees to produce vegetable leather. So we've been talking with some reforestation projects and some rural producers to figure out how we can create a system for collecting this raw material and keep producing this leather for in a long term.
In which biomes, sorry, would be produced?
In which what?
Biomes, like is the Amazon, like Cerrado?
Mata Atlântica, Cerrado, and Caatinga. We've been talking with people from these biomes because Angico is the occurrence of Angico tree is very vast in these biomes.
Can I ask a question? First of all, thank you very much for your presentation. I mean, vegan leather, and I understand that the product is fully biodegradable after usage. That sounds like a really attractive proposition. My question is, if it is so attractive, why are you pricing your product cheaper than animal-based leather? Why not higher instead of lower?
Yes.
Or at the minimum, a similar price.
Yeah, actually, the technology of this plant-based leather is still in the development with a Brazilian research institute. we do some calculation about the technology right now, and the animal leather is very expensive. It's a luxury material. So our aim is like to reach the same price. Okay, it's all right. We will be able to reach a higher price, but also according to our interviews from now, people are not willing to pay more than 20% for making a product. So that's why we still have to think more about the price, but that's why we decided to keep this price from now. And according to the plant-based leathers available, this one is cheaper because the most of plant-based startups are based in the US and in Europe, and because of the currency, we will be able to achieve an interesting price.
Thank you very much, Mabe. Yeah, Marina. So thank you very much. You know, we need to move on to the questions for Crucial Nature. What I can see on the chat, Abel said, "Hi, we are sorry. We had a power outage that affected our internet connectivity. I'm available to respond to the questions via the chat box." And in addition, he is also responding the first question. He says, "In response to the first question, kombucha is a growing industry. I can tell in Valencia we have kombucha. In Kenya, there are 7 known companies. Coffee can be grown from used tea in the process. As a raw material, we are in a position to have sustainable supply." Yeah. I'm also interested if the jury have more questions for Abel, Crucial Nature, before we go to the next thing.
Thank you for responding. I think that clarifies very well, and also congratulations. I think you have a product that is also placed in the right continent that can be a game changer. So congratulations.
Thank you very much in that case. So we will move on to the last 2 teams from today. And thanks, Yuri. And thank you, Abel, for fighting against technology.
Mauritius produces more than 500,000 tons of waste annually according to Statistics Mauritius 2021 report. Paper and textile waste amount to 20% of total waste. At Morivert, we believe in Mauritius' capacity for innovation to provide answers to these needs and challenges. My name is Mujahid Imambokus, and I'm the founder of Morivert, a company founded in 2019 to help eliminate paper and textile waste in Mauritius. Morivert provides the most efficient way for factories to manage paper and textile waste in the most cost-effective deal, starting at 4.5 euros per square meter. Our beachhead market is 30 top manufacturing companies in Mauritius. Mauritius has more than 150 textile manufacturing companies, and we are targeting 20% as our beachhead market, and we are dealing with a potential market of 1.4 million euros. Then we will sell to nearby African countries like Madagascar, which represent a market opportunity of 8.8 million euros. Finally, we will grow worldwide, and we are dealing with a total potential market of 64 billion euros. Our beachhead market consumes an enormous amount of electricity due to the use of air conditioning system, and our product is designed to improve factory energy efficiency and comfort level at the same time, help save up to 100 euros per day. Our delivery time is shorter because the products are locally produced, and our capacity of production is 150 square meters per day. We are working in partnership with a leading newsprint company to collect 1.8 tons of paper per month, and Shell Textile, the leading textile manufacturer in Mauritius, to collect 14 tons of textile waste per month. We convert our beachhead markets waste into their own insulating material and help them save 2.7 euros per square meter. Our unique product is designed using the same technique as our pencil production, with our unique eco-glue composition to make the insulating board strong and can last up to 15 years. The mixture is compressed in our manual hydraulic press and converted into insulating boards of size of 1 meter by 50 centimeter by 4 centimeter, and they are 2 times cheaper than imported isolating material available on the market. They are highly thermal efficient with an R value of 3.4 and possesses excellent acoustic properties. In our journey to discover more about the challenges facing the manufacturing industry, we interviewed 10 factory managers, 20 construction managers, and 10 interior designers and architects. We learned that our clients need top quality product with good acoustic properties and thermal resistance, at the same time affordable at price with a quick delivery time, as these materials are on high demand in the construction market. Our aim is to gain 20% of the market in the first 2 years and sell our insulating board at 4.5 euros per square meter, making a profit of 1.15 euros per square meter. Assuming that a factory in Mauritius is on average 10,000 square meter, with our 30 customers, we plan to sell 300,000 square meter of insulating board to make a profit of 1 million euro in year 1, and we are forecasting to a growth of 10% each year for the next 5 years, with our key drivers being cost per product, market share, and product yield. In Mauritius, all our insulating materials on the market are imported and have a negative impact on our environment. With our new method used, we will help factories become more energy efficient and reduce their energy consumption by 40% and use less air conditioning system, and also reducing our dependency on fossil fuel. With our beachhead market, we help reduce 534 tons of carbon emission. We are also helping reduce the amount of waste being sent to our landfill by 60 tons annually, as well as reducing methane pollution generated by landfill. We have the perfect combination and expertise and passion to make this happen with myself, the founder and Chief Product Officer, holding a BSc in Business Entrepreneurship, Sohaila Gouran, the co-founder, Nadim Pirali, our Machinery Officer, Ridima Ranglan, our Sales Executive, Ashdad Siddiqui, our Product Developer. My dream as the founder is to grow the company beyond Mauritius and expand to Africa, starting by Madagascar. My dream as the founder is to grow the company by 10% in the next 5 years, and our aim is to recycle up to 60 tons of waste annually and inspire more youth to join us in our mission for a greener tomorrow. We are also working on developing a construction brick from paper waste and textile waste, which could be used in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let's move to the questions from the jury. Looks like more or less everything is clear.
I have a question.
Thanks,
if I understand your presentation correctly, first of all, thank you very much for your presentation. You're collecting waste from paper and textile factories, so producers of paper and textile. You're collecting their waste and converting that into high quality insulating materials that are subsequently sold at a profit. Who are going to be, because that was not clear from the presentation, at least not to me, who are your customers? And are they willing to purchase that insulating material at the price you forecast?
My customers are actually factories in Mauritius. Factories in Mauritius, they use machines, and they produce, these machines produce a lot of sounds. At the same time, produces heat. So this insulation material will be produced by collecting factories' waste and producing insulation material for the factories itself. So basically, I'm collecting waste from the factory and producing insulation material for the factories.
Okay, so your customers are to a large extent the same as your suppliers.
Yes, yes.
Is that correct?
For the time being.
Do you have already, is this already in place? Do you have some customers that are purchasing these products from which you are collecting?
For the time being, I'm currently working with CL Textile. They are the leading textile manufacturers in Mauritius, and they produce more than 14 tons of waste per month. And their factory actually need insulation material. So I'm currently working with them to develop their own insulation materials. And I already made some tests, like you can see right here. These are insulation material made out of paper, and these are insulation material made out of textile waste. And we are planning to make bigger versions to be able to fit in the factories.
Okay, thank you.
Something that came to my mind, and again, congratulations for your product, is have you ever thought about at some point selling to different markets? Like there's been a growing increase on needing for insulation and in colder countries. So like, or perhaps like have a partnership. You don't have to manufacture there, but I think what you're developing could be used for sustainable like housing in Europe, for example.
For the time being, I'm currently focusing on Mauritian market because I still have to conduct some tests on those bricks, tests like thermal conductivity efficiency tests, noise cancellation tests, fire rating tests, and other sort of tests that I plan to complete before moving my product to foreign markets.
Thank you very much. We need to move to the last of our teams, last but not least, of course. Thank you. Yeah.
Hello everyone. I present myself as Yuri Fomu, and I'm the team leader of the ReBrick project from Mozambique, Cabo Delgado. In this project, we want to produce bricks using plastic rubbish, because it's something that we have a lot here in Cabo Delgado. Since the project started, we have many companies that produce a lot of plastic rubbish and they throw it away without any kind of use. And we saw an opportunity here to turn this plastic rubbish into sustainable bricks. We say so because with a lot of non-government NGOs in Cabo Delgado from too many countries, the UN companies are here working. Most of them, they want sustainable ways to build houses, because we have this new project in Cabo Delgado that will take more than 10 years to rebuild Cabo Delgado after the terrorist attacks. Most of those companies are creating projects going to rebuild Cabo Delgado. And we think that bringing this kind of bricks, those companies will see the opportunity to not use the conventional material cement bricks that pollute the environment. As a form of example, we want to show that how the other materials, how big is the impact of the other materials in the environment. We can see that cement bricks emit a lot of CO2 to the environment when it is produced, and the price is mathematical. We can see the clay bricks that too emit a lot of quantity of CO2 when the brick is produced, because we have to put the brick in fire so to endure it. And we can see if the plastic brick with less emission of CO2 to the environment. And it's a new thing. It's thing that other countries are doing. And even in Mozambique, we want to bring this technology to our communities, because we see that we have material to produce it. And the product, it's environmental friendly, it's more resistant, it's longer than the conventional, because if we say that a plastic can take thousands of years to how to destruct it, when we produce a plastic brick, we think that the houses will take much longer time than the usual. And the customer, as I said before, there are too many NGOs and humanitarian agencies in Cap Delgado, and they want this technology. The only problem is that they don't find people who produce it. And we think that if we produce it to those customers, we will have a lot of return, as we see in this financial table here. We want to sell more than per time 5,000 bricks, and we will sell each brick with 50 methicals. And to say that 5,000 bricks, we can build a small house with a room and a bedroom inside. It's like a type 2 house with 5,000 bricks we can build. So if they want to build schools, we can calculate and say that with 20,000 bricks, we can build 2 or 3 rooms for a school. And these bricks have a low climate impact. They are environmentally friends because we are going to take rubbish from the sea and from the other places to produce some material that it's useful for the people. And the team that is doing this project is made by me, Yuri Fumu, and I'm a project manager and entrepreneur. I have more than 5 years of experience. Susana Muyano, she is the marketing girl. Andrade, he is a master in bioconstruction. He's a specialist in bioconstruction. And Gonia, she is the fundraiser and the one who's helping us in this project. Thank you, everyone, and we hope to go to the final.
Thank you very much. Let's move to the questions from the jury.
Can I just ask the materials? Like, can the bricks be made from any plastic type or only from PET?
It looks like we don't have anybody to answer your questions, yeah? Okay. So in that case, I'm very sorry, but you will need to put your marks just with the video that we watched. Thank you very much. So we have finished with the 12 presentations in this circular economies topic. Yeah, that this theme is aimed at innovations that decouple economic growth from unsustainable resources and greenhouse gas emissions. As you know, the 3 principles of a circular economy are to eliminate waste and pollution, keep products and materials in use, and regenerate natural systems. In short, no more make waste. Yeah, okay. So you know that the jury members need now to deliberate who is going to be the top 2 from each room. In our case, top 2 from this room, of course. And together with the other rooms, we will have 16 top teams that will get automatic access to ClimateLaunchpad Accelerator next year, and also for the global grand final that it will take place on Thursday, November the 3rd. Yeah. Yeah, and also remember that the announcement of the top 16 will be broadcast online tomorrow, October 28th at 2 p.m. CIT. Yeah. And remember also that the cash prices for the top 3 for the global final will be a first prize of 10,000 euros, second prize of 5,000 euros, and a third prize of 2,500 euros. Yeah. Thank you very much to our jury. I know that your job now is going to be really difficult. Yeah. And also thank you very much to all the participant teams that now you are invited to leave the room so that the jury members can deliberate. Thank you very much. It has been a pleasure. Bye-bye, except the jury that you stayed. Bye-bye, everybody. Also, Suleiman, maybe you can help us here for the teams. If there is anybody who doesn't live, you can maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm glad to.
Yeah, thanks. And I also think that you can stop recording if you want.